Look at his fins. Such a beautiful fish. Goby. About to go to bed. Oops. I call this centerpiece here the Hulk. This is a milk something bubble bubble anemone, purple tip anemone that is healthy. And if I turn up the white, see how it's more tannish, greenish than actual white, which means it's not, I guess people call it bleached. But this goby, he's okay with people. He's such a beautiful fish, hard to keep, people say. But this aquarium has sand at the bottom, which is supposed to be the best sand too. If I'm not mistaken, some sort of argonaut or A, something A, letter A. Got another beautiful coral that you can't see, but it likes the shade, so I keep it back there. Red spots. Where did he go? Oh. Goby's also some ways shy, but at the same time, from me knowing about them online, especially this type, not easy to keep. They're not the kind that will eat pellets or even foods that you defrost from the freezer. They'll only eat the natural, whatever the ocean or live rock provides and the sand provides, in terms of beneficial bacteria. And when you put sand, the good sand in, it's supposed to have some sort of beneficial bugs type of thing, or worms. So for him to survive, he needs these things. And I believe that given the time that I had this tank, that things are going quite well, given it being such a small tank, being very successful. And I'm going to upgrade this tank, obviously, to this tank quite soon. The water's not stale. It's being pumped by this huge pump. It's in the bottom, but you can see the water level. Also, it's pretty handy to have a tray like this in case I need to acclimate. I think it's pretty good. I also have this water, which I keep in the kitchen, which is RO water, or not quite RO water, but then boiled and then poured into here. Salt wise, it's for corals to do well. It needs a little bit more, and a little bit more means a 0.01 or something like that, or 0.001. And my measuring thing that I use, it's not electronic, and it's cheap. Kind of floats on the water to do the salinity measurement, and I put it on both sides. This goby is just so cool. And I also have a tang that I didn't show. That fish there, I guess that's a good place for him. The goby got other places, not just this place here, but he can be behind here. And I'm sure there's a lot of beneficial little creatures floating around inside that live rock for him to eat, and the sand bed for him also. These are growing quite well just from the light onto them. And this is going to be my next task, moving this into this, and not stale water. Make sure it's flowing, salt salinity. I need to add more salt, but I'm also very careful when I'm adding salt. I make that seal tight, and I actually put pressure. I use a little box in my saltwater thing to seal it even more. So I'm using this box that's dry, that's empty, and I'm pushing down onto the salt so no air or anything gets into it. And I make sure I use the same dry stuff tools to, not this thing, anything that's very dry and no bacteria whatsoever, and then I'll add it into here. I was measuring the water, so I turned the motor off, but now remembering to have the water circulate and not have it be stale. Goby, one last time. This tang is going to eat all this algae where you can't see the goby, but there's certain places, for example here, where it's a lot clearer. That's because the tang was here and helped clean it. So that's why it's so clear compared to this portion here, because these 3 or 4 different types of algae, good algae, or plants, so to speak, water plants, were kind of touching the glass here, so he wasn't able to gain access. Moved it around a little bit, so now you can start munching away on the glass, and he'll make it crystal clear, and we'll be able to see this guy even closer, because given his personality, he's the kind of shy, but as I touched him earlier, he doesn't really like run away or swim away. His personality is always kind of a curious type towards people from my research. First time owning one. I hope he doesn't just stay here and die. I hope he goes over there and find the food, the natural food that he needs, and he's a big benefit factor in my tank with whatever worms or whatever that he eats, and eat them. And I think I know what I'm doing, and it's not like my tank is dirty. I clean these every single day. I have 1, 2, 3, and I just put in carbon, and everything's doing pretty well except for one thing. And we'll see in the future in regards to that. My friend kind of asked me if I liked it. I still have one growing quite well, and anyways, everything's pretty much very good. Yeah, awesome goby. His fins are so cool. He's such a cool fish. Peace.